Hi everyone, Angus Campbell here. It's Tuesday the 11th of June 2024. Right, I'm taking a break from, only a short one mind you, maybe a day or two, from Greg's Bonnie, because there's something else that's been sort of playing on my mind. And that is that although the B25SS is running well, there's a couple of things that are just annoying me. Three things really. The first is the paint. I mean, it's nice and shiny and stuff like that, but actually there was whoever did this, nice colour, but the prep on it is bloody awful. You know, you got bloody great dents in it like that. It's beginning to crack slightly in places, which you can't see here, but there's just been no prep on this before it's been sprayed. I mean, bloody great holes. The badges are superb. They're in exactly the right position. And there's another great lump. Look at it. It's not even smooth. With the side panels, superficially they look better, but there's sort of some white crazing on them in places, and similarly they've not been well prepared. Same with the rear mudguard, although it's better, but you can see what the hell is going on with that. And I can't show the other side panel, I don't think. Can I? Yeah, I can. You see that? What is that and that? Looks like something has been spilt on it and it's taken the paint. So I say, looks, I mean, it's not bad, it's presentable, but you know me. The badges are beautifully done in exactly the right place. And they're correct. Should be, for flamboyant blue, it should be the gold badges. The front mudguard is good, but I don't know whether that's the right colour. So I think this is new old stock. It's in remarkable condition and it's got this sort of pre-vinyl Fablon centre line, which is correct in this factory. But whether that's, could be flamboyant blue, but it looks like, that looks like a metallic to me. And flamboyant stuff wasn't metallic, because what it was, you know, almost like a three-part. You sort of primer etch first on the bare metal, then you put a base coat which is bright silver, and then you put the top coat on, which is essentially, you know, a clear coat, blue clear coat. So, you know, as you're spraying several layers, it darkens. So that's why you'll find that originally tanks from the factory were various shades, etc., because different sprayers didn't necessarily put the same layer of clear coat on top of the base coat. Now, I'm not sure about the colour of this. It's a good colour, but as I say, it's not quite sure if that really is flamboyant blue. Now we've got the poor old original tank that was on the bike, and you can see that before, you know, a previous owner has restored this to a presentable standard. It must have been in a hell of a bloody mess and outside for donkey's years. But what we can do is, in certain areas of this tank, we can try and pick up the original colour, and it's somewhere there. And you can see from this, it's not a metallic. Now, RS Paints, our favourite supplier, of course, do list a match for flamboyant blue, which is amazing, although some people would argue that flamboyant blue was used on a previous model, and I'm trying to find that out, but it gets mixed up with other blues as well, in aircraft blue and God knows what. So anyway, I ordered some, you know, a couple of small cans to see what we could do, and it's come to me labelled as flamboyant aircraft blue, so I'm not sure. Anyhow, what I've done is I've done this swatch. Admittedly, it's only on cardboard. You can see maybe on the edges that there's a sort of a silver base coat there. And then depending on how much colour you put over it with the clear coat. I mean, it looks metallic down there, but it is not metallic. Now, you think, well, that's not the same colour. But then, if you start looking at some of this to that, I don't think that's far off. You've got to remember, this is in a hell of a mess and is 50 years old. Now, unfortunately for us, I mean, there's another great bit there at the front of the tank. I thought there was a better bit. We're getting close. So what I've decided to do is I'm gonna paint, just totally strip one side panel and go from scratch with this. And I've got enough paint to do that, so we'll see how we get on. Whoops, daisy. And admittedly as well, you know, this is on cardboard, blah, 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 so I appreciate we're not going to get the same finish. The other thing that annoys me is, look at the state of that. Colour's correct, but it's just totally, the paint's just totally gone. It's reacted. So they've probably lacquered this with an incompatible lacquer over the paint. So that's dead easy to change. So we'll do that as well. Same on the mudguard stay. So that's all pretty good, although getting that mudguard stay off there behind there means taking off the silencer probably. But anyway, we're going to take off this, the right hand side panel, and we're going to get on with it. So there's a quick intro to a little project on the side while we're messing about with other things. And just to let you know as well is that normally, you know, I'd sub this stuff out. But I've approached a couple of local painters that specialise in motorcycles and that. No reply whatsoever. So they're obviously got enough work. So I thought, to hell with this. Since I've been doing the Bonnie stuff and that, and getting my hand back in with respect to spraying, I've not got ideal facilities. I've got to wait for the right day, etc., 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 which is fine. But we're going to do it. So there we are. A quick intro to what we're going to do. Hope you'll find it interesting and a bit of a nicer diversion, just to break up some of the monotony on the Bonnie with spraying and putting things off regarding the rear end, and we'll take it from there. We'll do all the other components first, except that front mudguard, because if that's factory original, then, you know, it'd be a travesty really to spray over that. And it has to, that's the 1971 guard because of the stays. And what you can see as well is on this one, which I hadn't noticed until recently, is, remember the early mudguards, and this is a UK one, so it's got an extra 3 inches on the front here, a long one. The early guards only had these two stays, one at the front and one at the back. And they used to flex and crack, and so the factory made an interim stiffener pack, which is the top bracket on the mudguard clamp was modified and extended with this arm up to be fixed onto two holes that you drilled into the mudguard. So that's got the optional later modification to stop the guards flexing and cracking. Specifically the UK ones with no UK front number plate. If you put front number plate mounted on here, that acted as a stiffener and they didn't crack. So we'll do that last. We'll see what it looks like against the other paint. Right, that's definitely up. We'll leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Thanks for any comments and subscriptions. and I'll see you all again soon. Cheers.